What's up, YouTube?
What's going on, guys?
Fucking A, man. Hey, I'm fucking back from the dead.
James is back from the dead,
fucking
man.
asshole
Not only
decided
does
to
Jesus
fucking make his own
back
bit
3
called the
days
fucking
later,
rat hole.
but James does as well.
More like shithole because I wasn't there.
James is back
What a
from the
shitty
dead.
friend. What a shitty fucking friend.
Oh, me?
Yeah.
You left us hanging.
I was fucking
You
dead,
left
bro.
us hanging. No.
I fucking died at Lucha Vavoom.
Everyone fucking, you know,
My
you
soul
gotta
left
you gotta
my
be
body.
able to come and succeed and conquer fucking everything, dog.
I don't
If
have
there's one thing that John Cena has taught me in my childhood is you can't see me and never give up.
You know what? Hey, and I'm gonna promote this shit. Everybody go watch the fucking rat hole and just tear his ass up in the comments.
Yeah, tear me up in the
Fucking
comments.
dislike the
We talk
fuck
about
out
cool
of that
stuff
video.
like politics and UFC and fighting
I don't talk
and
about
things like
none of
that.
that
Yeah,
shit.
exactly. That's what I talked about in it because you like to steer away from those conversations because you like to be politically correct, I guess.
I don't like to be politically correct. I just like to
I'm gonna call
roll
you.
through life.
You're gonna start kicking it with Ante
Without-
because he got a new Tesla. So ever since he ordered a new Tesla, he's like super liberal now.
I'm bipartisan, bro.
You don't. You
Meaning,
can't even spell partisan. Honestly.
I just fucking do what I do,
Yeah, he's just bi
and I'm
curious.
don't really fucking.
He really
care.
is. He's bi
You
curious.
fucking touch me again, I'm gonna punch you in the rat hole.
Hey, that was like
All right,
nice, dude. Like it was just
you
like,
fucking douche. Hey, watch the fucking hands, bro. So yeah, fucking crazy fucking weekend.
Was it though?
I think so.
I worked on the weekend.
I did too. I think I did more work than you.
So then how was crazy? No, you didn't. You did
Okay,
absolutely
fucking.
nothing.
All right, fucking weekend is in the days off that we had. Fucking Lucha Vavoom, man.
Friday.
What do you got to say about that shit?
It was cool. It was an experience. I had more fun like before and after because like Lucha Vavoom, it's in the name, but there wasn't much lucha.
It was a lot of Vavoom.
That was my complaint.
It wasn't even very tasteful Vavoom. It was kind of fucking clapped out, I think I would say.
What do you mean?
Just fucking, I don't know. A lot of fucking, I don't know, man. I don't really want to fucking tear down any fucking people, but I just don't really fucking, I didn't like that part of it.
There was a lot of like performance, like burlesque stuff, things like that. Just cool, you know. But like when I go to something called Lucha Vavoom, I'm going for the lucha. You know what I mean?
I was too.
They had no little fools like wrestling. That was like a downfall. They had no
I think they were supposed to be more fucking, I don't know, man. I just feel like it should have been. Why are you putting my phone on me?
because throughout the last episodes, it's been vibrating a lot, and I can hear it.
I guess so. I don't know. I just feel like you said, they could have been more wrestling.
More wrestling for sure. That would have been cool. But I mean, it had its moments. Like you know when they had that Aquaman guy, that was a good one
fuck,
with the crazy chickens.
That was.
And then I talked about it in my other show, The Rat Hole. And then
Why the fuck do you have to fucking talk about the experience that I fucking invited you to? Stick to your fucking
First
liberal
off-
fucking thoughts.
first
bro.
off, I bought my own ticket, so technically, I took myself. So if you invite someone, usually the rule is you set it up for them, right? Right. Right.
What do you mean?
Okay.
Did you treat the whole way?
Yeah. Did you treat
fucking
the whole
paid
way?
for everything else for him.
So, but did you pay for the ticket?
Did you buy my ticket?
No, I didn't.
Then okay.
Yeah. Ask him. Hey, remember when I invited you to WWE, dog?
Yep, you bought my ticket.
Yeah. That was an invitation.
That was an invitation.
That was an
I
invitation.
guess so, man.
No, you can't say I guess so when we're right. Yeah.
Huh? Best night of your life?
Oh, dude, that shit
I
was
can't say
fucking
that this is the
phenomenal,
best night of my
bro.
life.
We got to see everyone: Roman Reigns, John Cena, fucking Sasha Banks. We saw fucking Nia Jax. Remember the big girl get folded like a lawn chair, like a lawn chair, bro.
It wasn't supposed to happen.
Yeah.
There's no way that was supposed to
She literally fucking just boom, like fucking knees to the fucking face, dude, on the ground. They power bombed her from the fucking ring, dude. That shit was hilarious. And then not only that, what else did we see? Oh, remember when Cesaro got his teeth kicked in? Yeah. Remember I told you about that? Like they threw him to the turnbuckle and this fool fucking overshot it, so his fucking face landed on the corner of the ring, and his fucking two front teeth got fucking pushed in. That shit was insane. That was crazy. Wasn't
still
no.
kept going like a beast.
Yeah.
He still kept going.
That wasn't lucha. That was straight wrestling. You know, just like how the mid folks say it, wrestling. But continue with your story.
Nah, I just feel like it turned.
What do you mean?
Like when we got out of that shit and everybody hit the fresh air,
Oh yeah, so everyone was
That's
drinking.
when the fucking
it was
night really commenced.
Everyone was having a grand old time, this and that.
Fuck.
But you know, like when you're drinking, right, and you're inside, you're feeling good, right? You got a couple drinks in you, this and that, and then as soon as you hit the outside, we've all been there. As soon as you hit the outside, it just fucking like it rushes you.
Fuck.
Everyone just fucking like went through like the Stargate, you know that the TV show Stargate. They went through the Stargate and then just like all became zombies and shit.
And it's crazy, like being sober there, you really didn't think like, oh, these fools are okay. Like nobody's really that fucked up. But then it was like, I mean, we had lucha masks on, but I mean, really like
that was another thing too. Yeah,
it's hot as fuck.
we wore lucha masks. We really got there. Like, what time did we get there? Like at 7, right?
Yeah.
And we got out maybe 11:30, 12 o'clock.
Yeah.
Out from there, we wore the mask the whole time. I was contemplating about taking it off. I really was.
I was too.
But you know, show must go on. And I was trying to hide my identity, you know, so that way no one would approach me. Because then they're like, "Oh, that's the infamous
He
rat."
straight up
And then-
fucking dogged some dude.
I did.
As soon as he was in character hardcore. Like the dude was like, "What's up, bro?" And he just like walked right past him. I'm like,
Like
"Fuck." And then
I
shook
didn't
the-
mean to do
I wasn't even gonna
but
shake.
I was already passing on. I was like, I can't go back.
No. And then I shook the dude's hand like, cause I thought we were gonna fucking commence a fight right off the bat. Cause like, who's this little motherfucker walking by me with a fucking mask on and shit? He like literally fucking shined the dude. Like I got fucking secondhand embarrassment from the dude that I didn't even fucking know when he walked right past him. That shit was fucking
That shit was hilarious.
ballsy, bro. I was like, God damn. But anyways, even being sober there, like, just for the simple fact, like, you were watching everybody's fucking, like, drinking, right? But, like, even when we got out of the fucking show, it's like, you know when you go to a concert and, you know, the fucking music stops and, like, you know, you can finally, like, your ears are all fucked up and shit and, like, you know, the adrenaline is fucking kind of calming down. But, bro, it's crazy how as soon as we left, it just seemed like everybody looked like super duper fucking fucked up. Like beyond like I was like, damn, I think these I thought everybody was cool, was chilling, but that was simply not the case.
It just fucking
It was fucking-
complete 180. That shit was hilarious though. It was fun.
Fuck. But
I can't say that. I did have fun, but my only complaint was like I wanted more lucha for sure.
yeah, I mean, like I said, it was a pretty interesting night. I would have liked more fighting than vavoom,
The burlesque stuff, yeah.
but hey, it's an experience,
Shit
bro.
was funny. What about when they were having that little Aztec dance? Remember?
I don't even want to say that.
That shit was hilarious.
This fool
Dude.
fucking,
That shit
you
was
got some
so-
looks when he said what he
That
said.
shit was fucking. So they were doing like one of those Aztec dances, right, or Mayan or whatever. It was probably a Mayan dance because we were at the Mayan theater, right?
No. So we've confirmed from El Big 310. Shouts out to our boy. He said that was a fucking Aztec dance at the Mayan. He's like, right there, it was already like cultural appropriation. Like, you guys are already fucking with the. You got one culture and another culture.
Yeah,
another
but
tribe.
still, Mayans and Aztecs are both Mexican or we're
Indigenous
both,
tribes.
indigenous tribes in Mexico. Obviously, the Mayans majority of them were Central America, I think, possibly.
Yeah.
I might be getting that shit wrong, but Aztecs were majority Mexican. I guess indigenous, whatever. But yeah, you know how they do the dances and shit with the drums and stuff, and then like they brought a chick on the stage, and then they're like kind of like showing if they're gonna perform a sacrifice or something. So they put her like on a platform. Some guy had like a knife or something, and it looked like he was gonna like stab her or something to sacrifice her. And I was like, oh no, they're performing an abortion.
Fucking guy, bro. Which was a fucking joke.
It was a
I mean,
joke,
okay,
but
I get it.
I thought of it on the fly. I was like, yo, this is hilarious.
Which here's the
And
other.
I got a bunch of looks.
He got a bunch of fucking looks,
I
bro.
got a
and
bunch
the
of
other
looks.
thing too was like I felt like during that part, right? I was like, okay, I'm watching this shit go down because they had like folklorico kind of style dances.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I thought this was gonna be something like that. Where they lost me was when the chick starts fucking doing her fucking burlesque act. I was like,
Oh, yeah, then
wow,
she started
you
getting
just
naked.
fucking degraded the fuck out of this. Like, these fools were up there fucking dressed head to toe in their fucking traditional shit.
Yeah.
And then you fucking start fucking take your top off and shit. I don't know. They lost me on that one, bro.
Yeah,
I
it
was
was
like,
cool.
I don't know, man, if you hit the mark on this one.
I mean, I'm never gonna get mad if like people start getting naked. So
Yeah, I know you're not, but fuck,
I
man.
don't care. Guys or girls, fuck it.
Shit was
Nudity is nudity.
it was interesting. I mean, I thought the MCs could have been Mexican, maybe.
Honestly,
Made it
yeah,
more-
like the. Yeah, it's still nudity though.
It was-
I don't mind. I don't mind nudity on both sides.
Yeah, I don't mind it either, but
Front and back.
I was getting
Front
a lot
and
of.
back, man or girl or pan or whatever, don't matter.
Are we going?
We're already going,
I
dude.
thought we
Why
were
are you trying to
going, man.
interrupt? Why are you trying? First off, we had
I'll just
technical
say this.
difficulties because
Don't-
someone
don't
didn't
take
check
your-
the battery percentage on it.
Don't
But
take
whatever.
your lady to lucha vavoom.
Yeah, don't take your lady to Lucha Vavoom because you'll get some,
You'll
some
get some
side
fucking.
side
Buick
looks.
boy was getting some fucking looks.
Side looks.
And then
James
I
was getting some
the
side
fucking
looks.
of death.
Because they were out there getting naked, like
Nah.
my boy Fresh. Yeah. Remember? I'm naked, butt naked, balls on my couch, and it's like, oh, you nasty. That shit was so hilarious. Your couch aren't even leather. that was the clapback from that. But yeah, it was cool. I didn't mind it.
It was the group we went with that made it, I think.
Yeah, and then the after night shenanigans was hilarious.
It's
People
just
were
it
touring.
was fucking wounded warrior after wounded
Things
warrior.
were said.
Yeah, fucking
Some guy
allegations
turned
were made.
pale as a ghost. Like literally, dude, I saw him turn white,
Yeah.
like whiter than Ante. That's really white.
And it was the dude who, you know what, man? I'm a firm believer now, and you probably shouldn't start fucking taking shots at people as soon as you get in a van, because you never know at the end of the
I should have
night
come back.
what's gonna happen to you.
My boy was firing hard.
He was
Boom,
fucking
boom,
trying to
boom,
fucking send
boom. He was
heat-seeking
fucking
missiles at people.
Heat-seeking missiles at everyone, dog.
And he said, "I'm
Starting
gonna
off-
get you.
Oh.
I'm gonna get you."
And then he went quiet. He was like, "Oh no," he's like, "I'm not gonna say anything because I have to take a piss, and I can't say anything when I gotta take a piss." Took a piss, and then he started firing right back, and then that shit just went.
And that wounded warrior at the end of the night was the most wounded warrior of us all.
Ever, yeah.
Well, no. All right. He was on par with another guy who was closetly fucked up in the back.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, not really closetly, but we didn't think he was going to.
Oh, and then that was another thing. We're in the back of the van too. Dude, I don't get car sick. You know that, right?
Yeah.
I'm literally the guy that can be on his phone inside a vehicle or playing his Nintendo Switch the whole ride. I'll be fine.
Dude.
But in that back of the van,
No, in the back, yeah.
we had no seats. We had just fucking seats taken off of a vehicle, put in the back of the van.
Did you tell him what kind of vehicle? That vehicle was from fucking the 30s.
Yeah.
Okay?
The 30s.
I was gonna say like 1930. I don't know what year the panel is, but
The
The
30s.
1930s.
these were
Can
stop.
we put that on a shirt?
Yeah, the
30s.
30s.
I mean, dude,
Fucking John Dillinger fucking wrote that shit.
1930s, dog. I mean,
19.
dude, honestly,
EST, 19,
you've been
the 30s.
19.
I don't,
30s.
fuck you. So, those seats. If you've ridden in the truck. You know how bouncy those fucking seats.
Yeah, they're
are.
all bouncy. Yeah.
So these seats were bouncy as fuck, dude. So that, and then fucking, you want to fucking angle them in different angles. So one fool was facing out the back like we were in a fucking OG station.
Yeah,
wagon
like
and
we were
shit.
in one of those old school Volvos. I was just facing the cars that were behind us, and I was just waving at them and stuff.
It was basically like a fucking, so the one seat that you would have angled to the side, like if you were in a Ford fucking Ranger, like it had that seat facing backwards, and then the seat that you would have in a fucking OG station wagon was facing fucking Ford fucking Ranger style. Like if you were in the back of a fucking prison vehicle.
Which you haven't been in, but whatever.
No, I haven't, but I'm just saying. I've seen a
was
lot of
like it.
movies. All right? I've watched The Mines. All right? I know how it fucking rolls. Sideways in the fucking meat wagon.
Okay,
Just saying.
that's a weird analogy, but okay, I'll take it. But yeah, it was cool.
It was a fucking experience, bro.
It was fun. But yeah, I'd rather go to like one of those like local house shows with lucha stuff.
Yeah, just
Like
pure lucha.
my boy LA Park. Like I said, like those when you get off the freeway, you see those signs at the freeway exit.
Yeah.
And it's like LA Park and fucking Rey Mysterio and shit like that,
Rey Mysterio's there?
Nah, Rey Mysterio's still in WWE, but he used to do those local
Oh, he used
shows.
to do
Yeah, he
local
used to do
shows.
those local shows, but now he's big time again. He's on the cover of the new video game, so he's big time in it.
Rey Mysterio's son?
Oh, Dominic? Yeah. Who remembers when remember when Rey Mysterio's son was on in a storyline where Eddie Guerrero was saying he was the father, and then they had to wrestle for his custody?
Get the fuck
Yeah, they had to wrestle for his custody. Yeah, it was a parental custody match, dog. Obviously, Rey Mysterio won because
I just hear the voice in my head, like, of the girl. In this match,
yeah, we have a custody battle.
custody battle.
Yeah. So
Fucking A.
that really happened. That was real life.
But yeah, interesting weekend. And then my man's wearing the Kings jersey. I don't know if you want to touch a little bit on that.
Yeah, man. The Kings barely made it to the playoffs, and they were supposed to get bodied by the Oilers because pretty much they're like the best team in the NHL.
Mhm.
Not like how do you say, like percentage or winning percentage wise, but they literally have like the 3 top paid players in the NHL on their team. And yeah, yesterday was Game 5, tied 2-2 in the series. And then my boys, the Kings were on fire, 2-0. And then Oilers came back. My boy McDavid was fucking killing the Kings.
Fucking
Smashing on them, dog. And then they ended up tying it 4-4. Went into overtime. I honestly lost all hope because I didn't think the Kings had it in them for overtime. But luckily, in the first minute and a half, my boy Kempe fucking took it.
So what does that mean for them? Are they going to play another game? Or
Yeah, one more game. So Kings are up 3-2. It's a best out 7 series. So
Okay.
they're playing Thursday night.
So
here at
if
the
they could put
Crypto.
them away, Wednesday
It'd
night?
be a huge if the Kings can win tomorrow. It'd be a huge upset, obviously, because they weren't supposed to beat the Oilers.
Yeah.
So then I think after this they would either have to play the Dallas Stars or the Calgary Flames. I think that's who they would have to play. But yeah, if anyone's interested in sports, hockey or whatever,
It's an interesting sport to watch.
you can watch the Rat Hole.
But that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else we got? What kind of current events? do we
Oh,
have?
you want to talk about some shit or some stuff you're gonna be steer away from? So I don't know.
I'm going to steer away from
I don't know, because you don't like to talk about certain stuff, dog. You're like politically correct or something.
I'm not politically correct.
You are like, you're trying to be politically correct. Well, I mean, if no one's like, everyone's been hiding under a rock or something, Dave Chappelle got attacked while performing at the Hollywood Bowl. What was it, like almost 2 weeks ago? Something like that?
I didn't hear about this.
Yeah, so he was doing the whole the Netflix is a Joke festival here in LA, and he was performing at the Hollywood Bowl. He was doing a joke, and some guy ran up on stage and fucking tackled him down.
Laid his ass out or what?
Yeah, he was a half-assed tackle, but he still knocked him down. And then the guy like freaking took off to the back, and then supposedly they said that I think it was like Jamie Foxx and a group of Chappelle's security guards kind of roughed up the guy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like roughed him up, and then like there's like a photo of the guy getting carried away by ambulance, and his arms like all fucking twisted, and they broke his arm practically. But yeah, so that happened.
So are they under fire for breaking the dude's arm?
I don't know. See, there's a picture of the guy right there. No one's really saying anything about that. They're saying that the guy like was like a homeless dude, and he has like mental health issues, stuff like that. But then it's like it's
How the
funny
fuck
because
did he
it's
get
like,
into the show
how
if
did he
he's a
get in
homeless
the
dude?
how did he get in the show if he's homeless? But then there's like things that they like looked into the guy, and he has like a Spotify artist account or something like that, and he has some songs.
They'll
that
give one of
that
those
were
to
towards,
anybody these days.
That are towards Dave Chappelle. It's funny. There's that. And then the guy came out saying that, he was like kind of protesting because his mother is homeless. So he was like trying to bring awareness to that. But then it's like
A homeless man has a
with
fucking
homeless mother,
Spotify account.
With a
God
Spotify
damn.
account. Hey man, a lot of these homeless dudes got phones now. That's all you need.
Only in fucking LA.
Yeah, that's all you need. What do they say? It's funny because remember they were giving out those phones, those free phones and stuff.
They still are, dude.
And everyone called them Obama phones because it was when Obama was president and he was giving those away. But it's funny because Obama hates when people reference that as Obama phones. But whatever, that's another
Track phones?
The track phones. It's another topic off that. But yeah, so they ended up finding like a knife on the dude that was like shaped as a gun. You know what kind of knives those are, right? So
Yeah.
it's like shaped like a little pistol, but then
Yeah.
like you push a button and it like comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah. So they found that on the guy, right?
Yeah.
Scary, right? Think about it. Now, it just came out earlier, late last week, that they're not going to press charges on the man because what he did was technically a misdemeanor. So the district attorney doesn't want to press charges on the guy, which is outrageous. So it's like the guy literally, there's video surveillance of the guy, not surveillance, but video evidence of the guy rushing the stage, taking someone out, and then not only that, getting caught with a weapon on him. Like, how does that not justify anything close to a felony? Even though if it is a misdemeanor, why not press them so that way it sends the precedence to everyone? Because, like, what stops for someone being at a concert now, a local concert, a big concert, rushing the stage and taking out an artist, right? You know
Yeah.
what happened to fucking what's his name? John Lennon. He got killed by a fan.
You know what, too?
Right?
And
Granted, he wasn't performing or anything. He was on the street, but there was security detail that day, and there were people like blocking, like there was like a blockade and shit like that.
Yeah.
And the guy ended up getting fucking killed.
And I'll speak on this. Because people say I don't get fucking personal with this shit. Now, granted, a lot of people would like to make fun of me because I've never gotten physically arrested.
Okay.
But I have been detained
Okay.
a couple times in my life. And I mean legitimately detained where you get like 5 cop cars coming up to the pad.
Yeah.
Okay? So, in one instance,
But obviously, who hasn't?
yeah. So, in one instance, I'll talk about this. Now, I think with all the coverage on this, that's why they're being the way they are. Because when we got pressed up in my pad, one of my buddies had a pocket knife on him. He was notorious for carrying Kershaw knives.
Okay.
That was when Kershaw was decent. You know what I mean?
Kershaw's still okay.
Yeah. Well,
Right?
it's Big 5 brand now. Kind of.
Kind of, but Kershaw is still okay, though.
So,
I'll take Kershaw over M-Tech.
Benchmade?
Benchmade's obviously, that's a different tier.
I feel like Benchmade is the new Kershaw. Kershaw used to be fucking on yeah. I know you're looking at me like that, but no, fuck that.
Benchmade is a new Kershaw?
No. Okay, Kershaw back in the day used to be the shit. Before it went to Big 5.
Yeah, but they're not the same tier, bro. At all.
Yeah.
Kershaw used to be fucking very fucking exclusive and shit.
Hyundai's a Mercedes.
Yeah.
How long you been fucking with knives though for? Because I've been fucking with knives for a long time before I was fucking
Since
with
he
guns.
was in the womb, dog. How do you think he was born?
This
He
you
gave
cannot
himself
beat me.
a C-section.
I will say this you cannot beat me. You're talking about
He
you're
gave
talking to a
himself
child
C-section.
who started fucking
He's like,
with guns
you know
at
what?
the age of fucking
I'm
5,
ready.
bro. This I will not be beat
Out.
on. Dead ass. This is where I take the cake.
Yeah, my boy was
I
born
can-
with a knife.
I can neither get here.
He was that little kid when the mom, you know that video where he's running around the pool and the mom's like, "What's that in your hand?" "It's a knife." No, and he like runs away. That was him,
Bro, there was a time when
My boy-
when my
my
mom was
boy-
cleaning when
my
my mom
boy-
was cleaning my room.
My
they
boy
had to
cut his
fucking-
own umbilical cord. That's how
Bro.
like he's well versed in the
Mom's
knife
had to
game.
be fucking careful when she was cleaning my room. You know what the fuck was gonna fucking come out underneath the fucking pillow and shit. Knives, guns.
Stale sock,
Yeah.
old French fries, some tater
Nah,
tots,
bro.
some chicken nuggets.
I was a straight fucking 6-year-old.
JC Penney
I was a
catalog.
6-year-old watching fucking Tack Tuesdays on Versus
Victoria's
TV,
Secret
dog.
catalog. It
Versus TV. But anyways, fuck it. I won't even get into that. But
was just one solid book, dude. You couldn't even open the pages anymore.
fucking stupid ass
He used it as
motherfucker.
like, paper mache.
Anyways, fucking so homie had a knife on him, right?
Yeah.
Bro, they would not drop the fucking what is this? Why do you have it? My boy kept saying, it's a tool. It's a tool. We're in the backyard. He's like, I'm not walking around. You guys came over to where we were at, you know, because you guys got a phone call about some shit,
Okay.
which I won't really get into about what was going on. Let's just say that there was some phone calls about us fucking shooting in the backyard. Now,
Shooting.
Yeah.
Shooting what?
the report was a pistol.
Okay.
When they showed up, there was no pistol.
Okay.
All right, there was a pellet rifle,
Okay.
no pistol.
So you guys were shooting though.
A pellet rifle.
Okay.
In the backyard.
But you guys were shooting.
Yeah.
Okay.
They said we were shooting birds.
Okay. Were you guys shooting birds?
We were not shooting birds.
They were
There was-
shooting each
There
other.
was no dead birds. There was a fucking metal target that I welded together off of some scrap steel that we were shooting. And you could tell because the fucking lead was embellished in the fucking, you know how it melts, like when it hits, they fold?
Yeah.
So we were shooting at that. As my boy was saying, he told the cop we were doping in the scope because I just put a new scope on it. Anyways, so they start fucking harassing him about the knife. Like, okay. And I'm just telling my boy, hey, bro, just shut the fuck up because we're all handcuffed in my alley. It was like about 4 of us, right?
Okay.
All handcuffed in the alley. There was all kinds of other shit in the garage that probably maybe shouldn't have been out on the workbench and shit. That you know, luckily they didn't walk into the garage because I don't know if they could. Anyways,
If the door's open, yes.
the back door was not open.
Okay.
So we walked out the back, and then that's when they said, all of us, you got to get out in the alley. Wrong time to be shooting the pellet rifle in the backyard because they were having the fucking street fair up the street. And the night before, somebody got shot. So that was why it was fucking 6 cop cars rolled into the back of the alley. So we're out there. They start pressing my boy. why do you have this knife on you? Why do you have this knife on you? He's like, it's a tool. It's a tool. I'm like, Vince, just shut the fuck up. Just shut up. Just maybe they'll let us go. Funny thing was, too, at the same time this is happening, Kaiser's calling me to give me my offer letter. And I'm in the fucking alley in handcuffs. I'm like, holy... I didn't know at the time. But anyways, they keep asking him. So then they're like, all right, you three... Or actually, me, I got let go first. They're like, whose house is this? I said, it's mine. It's my parents' house. Okay. So they handcuffed me, and they're like, let's go in the back. I'm like, you're really going to make me fucking talk to my parent? I'll go up there. I'm like, Mom.
They kind of have.
I'm calling my mom. My mom's like, what? What do you want? And she's like, Mom, come out here. So she comes out, and she's like, is this your son? Does he live here? Like, yeah. And then she walks out.
Barely.
And she's like, okay. So then my mom walks out, and then she's just shaking her head like fucking idiots, right? She's like laughing, right? So they let everybody go except for my boy. They're still asking him about the fucking knife, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh, blah, blah, blah. Trying to fucking, where do you work? What do you do? Like, getting all this information. And I'm
Okay,
like,
how old were you guys?
we were probably, maybe like 20.
Oh, and they were pressing you guys about a knife?
Pressing us about a fucking knife. And it was a female cop who was pressing him about the knife.
Wait. You're over here saying that women jump to conclusions?
No. Everybody got their own fucking cop because there was so many fucking cars that rolled up. Mm-hmm. Okay? So, literally, the cop I got, we were chopping him up. He's like, oh, those are pretty bitching targets. He was cool about it, but this chick would not fucking let up on the fucking knife. So then there's another dude, rolls up. They're like, all right, well, just fucking, like, there's no dead birds. Mm-hmm. They were like, your neighbor, I can't tell you who it is, but they could see you from where they're at. There's only one fucking house that could see into the backyard.
Yeah.
They're like, just fucking, he's like, if I were you, I'd cool it on the fucking pellet rifle. I'm like, cool. Pellet rifle's done.
Yeah.
Because of all the other shit that I have in the fucking garage that we went nuts. I was like, fuck it. It's done. It's over with. But, like, that's what I don't understand. They'll press, I feel like when it's not in the limelight and it's just, like, solely to one person and shit, they'll press you so hard on some shit. But then you hear about this shit on TV, like, oh, homie ran up on stage, had a knife on him, and gets let go with a fucking misdemeanor after he actually tackled somebody.
It's a little different now because they're pushing on this whole Gascon guy. He's trying to decriminalize a lot of misdemeanors and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like with the whole thing that's going around with the stores where people are going in and stealing shit. As long as it's under $1,000, they won't even like press charges on you and things like that. So they'll arrest you if they catch you in the act, but then they'll eventually let you go. That's what's going on now. So people are like, are getting a little froggy and feeling like they can get away with shit. There's like this infamous story right now where this guy was like on a phone call in jail and pretty much like saying like, yo, that dude Gascon, like he's fucking tight. I'm going to get off of my charges. He has some sort of like assault charges with a deadly weapon. And he's like, dude, I'm going to get off. My lawyer said we're going to be good. And he's like, I'm going to get that fool his name tatted on my face. Like shit like that. Joking about things like that. Which isn't cool and stuff. But yeah, weird stuff happening with the law enforcement things. You want to hear a funny story of when I got detained? And I got detained pretty hardcore, bro. So this was me. I think I was 16 or 17. How old are you when you go in senior year in high school? 17, right?
Should be.
Yeah. So I went to the school to go get my schedule for my classes, right?
Uh-huh.
Went there, took care of my business, and then I got hit up by my boy, Fat Jesse at the time. All right. Uh-huh. He hit me up. He's like, "Hey man, what you doing?" "Oh, I'm getting my classes." He's like, "Oh, me too." He's like, "Meet me over here." Cool. We met up. And then we're meeting up with other dudes, right? We're going to kick it, probably smoke some weed or something, more than likely. So we're walking, and then we're talking, we're conversating, and literally a sheriff pulls up, like, right in front of us, like, boom, stops. Picks my ass up. We're talking about a big grown man, right? I'm probably like 120 pounds fucking soaking wet at the time. Mm-hmm. Picks me up, throws me on the hood. He's like, "Where are you guys going? Where are you guys coming from?" I was like, I just left school. And I'm going back to school. And then he's like, "What are you guys doing here?" And I'm like, "I'm going back to school." And then they're like, "All right." They start checking our pockets and shit, right? And then my buddy had weed and like some other shit with them. And then I think I had maybe like some cigarettes or something. And I had a pink iPod. Mm-hmm. Pulls out the pink iPod. And the guy's like, "Why do you have this shit?" And I'm like, "What do you mean? Why do you have this pink iPod?" I was like, "It's my iPod." Uh-huh. And then he's like, "Sure you didn't steal that shit?" I'm like, "No. My iPod." Mm-hmm. And then he's like, he literally like goes through the shit. I'm like, I got a bunch of weird music and shit. Pretty sure I was playing like some Katy Perry or something. So he really thought I was like stealing it or something,
Yeah.
right? So long story short, these fools fucking take us to the back of the car, handcuff us, take us to the back of the car, drive us down like maybe 5 blocks, dude. 5 blocks, and then they bring us out the car, and then they have another car across. And then they're like on the radio, and I can hear them, and they're like, they had Fat Jesse out, and it's like, oh yeah, that's a negative. Cool. They bring him back in. They take me out, and then they're like, yeah, that's a negative. And then they put us back in the car. This is like maybe in the span of 45 minutes. Take us back where they initially picked us up. Take us out the car, give us all our shit, and then they're like, all right, get the fuck out of here.
No, but didn't you say you had money on you too?
Yeah, I had like. Yeah, actually, I did. I had like maybe $200 or something
Yeah,
like
and
that.
then they were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah, what the fuck? Where do you got this money from? Yeah, I forgot about that because obviously I had the pink iPod, and then I had money. They're like, where'd you get this? I was like, I just got paid. Like, what the fuck? So they were pressing. So long story short is there was a not an armed robbery. I think it was a break and entry or whatever. And someone broke into a house and stole some shit, and they thought it was us, and then it turned out it wasn't us. And then they let us go.
They give you your weed back?
Yeah, they gave the weed back, but here's the funny story. Fat Jesse is like, hey, whatever happened here happened. I'm like, okay. So he called the guy up. He's like, hey, man, we got pulled over by cops, and they took all my weed. And then the guy was like, oh, okay, that's cool. So this dude just ended up staying with all the weed. And then we went back to the homie's house, and then we just kicked it there for a bit. And then I was like, yeah, I want to go home. So I just went back home. But yeah, that was one of my experiences of getting pulled over. It was pretty funny, pretty interesting. But what can you do? It happens.
Yeah.
You get pulled over, you get
You ever get curfew?
curfew.
Curfew ticket?
No, never.
Yeah, I got one of them joints. I got that joint on 420 too.
Oh, nice. What were you out doing anyways? Can't you only get curfew tickets like at malls and stuff like that?
Nah, bro. You want to hear this story?
Okay, go for it.
All right, bro. So me and my boy, we were skating. It was a hot hot day, in fucking, what is that? What month is that? 4.
April?
April, right? It's kind of hot for an April day, so we're like, fuck it, let's go skate. So we're skating, right? Give a fuck. Your boy had some stuff in his shoe.
Okay.
Because I was like, all right, fuck it, we'll go bless up. Hit up one of the homies who we usually blessed up with, and he's like, nah, man, they don't want to let me out tonight. I'm like, all right, cool. So we were actually skating this way because he lived right over here at the time, he lived right by golf.
Okay.
So we're like, fuck it, let's just go back to the pad and we'll go post up in front of our house. Mind you, it is about fucking 10:50, all right?
Okay.
I'm 2 blocks away from the pad. Cop. Lights us up. I'm like, oh, shit. All right, whatever.
What time is it though?
10:50.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because, no, maybe 9:50. I think curfew's at 11 or 10 or something like that.
Shit, I never heard of
10
this
minutes
fucking
to
law.
curfew. 10 minutes to curfew, right? Pull us over, fucking handcuff us, and they're like, oh, where you guys going? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm just like, we're skating, we were just skating around and, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, all right, well, let's check you guys out, see what you guys got on you. I'm like, whatever, fuck it.
Like on cuteness or what?
No.
Oh.
So the fucking spiel. Do you have any weapons on you? Blah, 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 blah. So we're there. We're fucking handcuffed. Homie looks in our pockets, right? Doesn't make us take our shoes off, thank God. So then checks us out. He's like, all right.
What a noob.
He's like, okay. Fucking, it hits fucking 10 o'clock, right? And he's like, all right. Yeah, so I'm going to give you guys a curfew ticket. I'm like, dude, what? Like, you fucking waited, He's like, oh, nah, man, you guys weren't supposed to be out, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, dude, we're literally 2 blocks from my house. Like, really? You're going to, like, dig us down like that? He's like, oh, blah, 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 blah. I could make this worse. I don't have to drop you guys off at your house. So here's the shit. Here's the real one.
Here's the kicker.
Yeah, here's the kicker. So homie fucking lets me out of the fucking car, right? I'm still handcuffed. And he's like...
And then you run.
I used to carry a thing like this, right?
Uh-huh.
So he doesn't even fucking unlock the door for me, right? So I'm like this, with my hands behind my back, fucking unlocking the door. And I'm like, Mom, again. Mom, what? She was making fucking salad for like a party or some shit, right? She comes out.
Macaroni
like,
salad?
She comes out with a fucking knife. She was chopping like vegetables and shit. What do you want? I'm like, Mom, cop right here. And she's like, she was like, oh, I thought it was one of your homies or some shit, like, that you walked in with or whatever. And he's like, no, ma'am. He's like, what the fuck did he do? I'm like, Oh, nothing, ma'am. He just, we got him for curfew. Curfew? I didn't even know that was a thing. She's like, starts going off on the dude. I'm like, Mom, relax, right? He's like, yeah, he's real nice kid, but and she's like, what the fuck? She's like, going off that shit, bro. and then she's like, okay, well, he's here. And he's like, oh, hold on, ma'am. So then I turn around and the dude uncuffs me. He's fucking handcuffed. And then she starts going off on a tangent about that. She's like, all right, get the fuck out of here. So then she fucking dips. I get my ticket. And then here's the fucking funny thing.
Okay.
When I got my ticket, that's when Long Beach Courthouse was getting tore down. They were building the other one, right? So there was nowhere for me to report with my ticket. So then I got letters from teachers because my mom's like, fuck that. We're not paying. If you're going to go to community service or whatever, but I'm not paying this shit. I'm gonna go tell him like, hey, I let him out to go to the fucking store or whatever, and hey, it was on me. So fucking, we get down there, we go to fucking Compton courthouse.
Hell yeah.
And then the lady was like, oh no, honey, that courthouse is closed. Like, he's good. I'm like, what you mean he's good? He's good. You don't have to pay anything. I'm like, fuck yeah.
So you got off scot free.
I got off scot free, but yeah, I did get they fucking held me there for 10 minutes and checked us out and then gave us a curfew ticket.
That's cool though. You need to go through things like that. Honestly, that's what I think. Kind of like
checks
you, and then it shows you how to interact with people and police officers and things like that. It's all good.
Oh, and then what was funny was I thought my mom was gonna flip out. My boy's mom ended up fucking grounding his ass. I was cool. My mom was like, whatever, fuck it. That wasn't your fault.
Curfew ticket. We never heard of those. Honestly, we never heard of those.
No.
Nah. We were out till like 1, 2 in the morning outside. We didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
That's cool though.
My Hawaiian homeboy actually got one that same night, and then homie was walking back from his girl's pad. They were gonna give him another one, and he pulled out the one, and he's like, oh, all right, cool, and they let him bounce.
Yeah, they can't give you 2 tickets for the same thing. But, yeah, that's cool. What else we got? Anything else pending coming up?
Yeah, kind of.
Kind of what? How? Who? What? Where?
You fucking unveiled the fucking rat hole.
I didn't unveil it. I was forced to unveil it because someone said they were gonna be here and ended up not being here.
Well,
so my hand was forced.
We're gonna have the rat hole, and then we're gonna have cruising with Cresty. So a lot of my homeboys were hitting me up.
Cruising with Cresty. Okay, now how are you gonna spell that?
Cruzin with Cresty. Cresty.
Okay.
Yeah. So a couple of my homeboys are kind of shy to come out on the table. They don't want to come rap for fucking an hour, which I told them that's perfectly fine. We're not only going to talk about your car. But so thinking, going back and forth, maybe have a bit where we link up with one of them. We go for a little cruise. We post up, and then we talk to them about their ride. Because like Jose says, we try to keep this uniform as in the sense of like not talk about cars all the time, not talk about bikes, because the average person who listens to this may not have a car, may not have a bike, as in like a classic car.
Yeah, or a motorcycle or whatever.
Motorcycle.
Yeah.
So we try to keep it generic in the sense of we talk about different topics that everybody could listen to. So like you heard my boy right here, he's deeper into that shit that he could rap about, the political shit that I'm not so hot on. Not that I fucking don't fuck with it or anything like that. It's just I don't know too much about it. I try to educate myself, try to learn from this dude, but I don't really know too much about it to speak on it. You know what I mean? And I don't want to be one of those guys who fucking speaks on something where I'll share my opinion, but at the end of the day, I don't want to give my opinion on something that I really don't know or don't educate myself too much about. So that's where I'm going to kind of let him handle that shit, which is perfectly cool, which that's cool. He fucks with that because he knows his shit about that. But what's that? Are you okay? My bad, bro. I thought he was fucking telling me to wrap it up.
No.
But nah, he knows his shit about that, so fucking let him talk about that shit. You know what I mean? Knows the UFC a lot better than I do. I just started fucking watching it, kind of. My fucking UFC shit ended with a BJ Penn.
Yeah.
That's kind of... Or the fucking Iceman.
That's
a lot way.
The Iceman?
He claims Huntington Beach now.
Does he, though?
Yeah, so... My spiel is more like I try to like educate myself on the fucking classic car shit. So a lot of my homies have been hitting me up asking me like, hey, I want to go on the podcast, but I don't really know what to talk about when you guys talk about your shit. So that's where I come up with Cruising with Cresty, where, you know, maybe somebody doesn't want to talk for an hour. We could talk for 10 minutes. We could talk for 30 minutes. You could talk about your ride, talk about the things that you've done to it. Can be any car you want, you have, you know what I mean? Doesn't have to be a classic car. Maybe we'll get with Jesse, a couple of his Miata boys and shit. But definitely gonna do like a smaller, maybe one episode every 2 weeks or some shit like
Something
that.
like that, maybe. Or if people constantly hit us up, we'll do one every week.
We'll do
Who
one every
knows,
week
man?
and shit.
We
But
got-
that's where that shit comes from.
we're here to please the masses.
We
you know?
are, dude.
That's
We
what
are.
we're
So
trying
we
to
have
do,
to
man.
fucking try to get every flavor in there and try to fucking, again, maybe people really want to fuck with talking about the more shit the more political shit. Maybe people want to fuck with the car shit. We don't know. We try to fucking do this shit for everybody. You know what I mean? Like you said, we always say we're nobodies who fucking know a little bit
Of a
about a
lot.
lot.
He almost fucked it up. Almost fucked it up.
Almost like that.
fucked
Fucking saved it, brother.
Fucking it up since 19 to 30.
1930s,
In 1930s.
So yeah, definitely gonna I already got one dude in mind. It's BQ, I think is his handle. So we're gonna get with him. He has a 5-window Chevy. So we're gonna talk to him about that. He's the guy who kind of gave me the fucking idea about doing it.
That's
So
cool.
yeah, because he was kind of shy to come on the show. I'm like, dude,
Yeah.
who gives a fuck? Come in here and fucking rap with us. You know what
No,
I mean?
it's funny because like say for instance it is a little different because you have some sort of recording devices on you. You know, when you're just chopping it up with like someone on a personal level, a lot of people can conversate on a lot of things, you know, but it is a little different. And I can even say this for myself. Like I can talk nonsense all the time, but then once we start recording shit, you kind of go blank sometimes, you know, and you're like, So I get it, you know. Maybe sometimes with these type of people, if you do like your little 10-minute spiel, you know, it might open them up and be like, you know what, maybe I can do the 30-minute, 40-minute, you know, thing, and then they'll be on this one. Who knows? We'll see.
So yeah, that's gonna be something. That's gonna be Cruising with Cresty. Still fucking under the Unusual Friends umbrella.
Yep.
Both the Rat Hole and
Cruising with Cresty.
Cruising with Cresty is gonna be under the Unusual Friend umbrella.
LLC.
Just something. Oh yeah, got that in the works. Just something that we can speak more deeply on one topic. And like you said, it doesn't have to be for everybody. It could be for the people who are into the car scene, people who are into the political kind of more aspect of the world and shit. And Jose's fucking on it with that. He knows a lot about this shit, very knowledgeable about the shit. I will say, maybe he says a little bit, but he fucking very passionate about when he talks about shit like that. We get into the fucking debates in the shop and shit.
Oh yeah, all the time.
But
it's cool though. It's all fun and games.
yeah, it is. But yeah, definitely fucking check that shit out and fucking check out Cruising with Cresty. But as far as what we got coming up, we got Cody from Americano Barber Lounge. That's going to be coming up within the next coming weeks. And then we got a very special guest, man. Probably one of our fucking most popular, most well-known here in the Harbor area, MC Pancho.
Mm-hmm. We can go ahead and announce that.
Which is crazy. You know what, man? What your views on him may be, you know, what you think. But I will fuck with somebody who reaches out to me, gives me a phone call and shit. Of somebody with, you may not think 75,000 followers is a lot. But to me, that's a lot. That's a somebody. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And somebody who would reach back out to me and want to do this shit, want to sit down and want to talk about this shit, talk about whatever he wants to talk about. That I could fuck with somebody like that. So we're going to have him on here.
100%.
And
it'll be interesting. I mean, like, I don't even know too much about the guy. I just know, like, of him from Here They, you know, Say, or however the saying is. You know, like, I seen him on social media. I'm like, oh, okay, that's, like, looks like an interesting dude.
Yeah.
That's pretty much the gist of what I know about the guy. So it'll be interesting trying to get to know him, you know.
Yeah.
In a conversation.
I've been doing
like
my
this,
homework
you know?
on him a little bit, watching interviews here and there. I guess he was a DJ turned into an MC, which most of you probably know if you guys follow the guy. His first mixtape came off of trying to help a little girl, and all the money that from that mixtape went into what do you call that? A trust for her.
Oh,
so that's
okay.
which is pretty fucking dope. You know what I mean? A lot of people
that's-
may not know that. So we're gonna have him on here, get his story, how he met his old lady, and just rap to him and see what he's all about, and you know, interview him, see what that's about. So that's a big step for us. You know what I mean?
Hell
I feel
yeah,
like
for sure.
that's fucking gonna put us up there and get a lot of people who don't really, you know,
Know about us
Know about
from
us.
his side, learn us, and then us know about him. So
Yeah.
yeah, you know, we'll
give
see.
and take.
Give and take.
So we got that coming up, and yeah, I mean, I don't know what else we really got going. We try not to. We've set up a lot, but you know, this dude kind of checked me in the sense where we got to kind of, how can I say this? Schedule it in the sense where we can't get ahead of ourselves. Because it's crazy how many people I've reached out to and how many people got back to us and saying, yeah, I'm down to fucking do this, and you know, really appreciate it and everything. It's just with everybody's schedule, because we try to do this as professionally as possible, meaning we try to have the best quality sound we can. Shout out to Jose's sister.
She has a name, but whatever. Okay.
I remember I said from the start, if you
Oh
watch
yeah,
the first episode, I said I was going to
He did
refer
say
to
he
her
was only going to refer to her
as
that.
Jose's sister.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah. But I mean, who's this Jose guy? That's another thing as well. But whatever.
fucking,
You know.
I'm not going to say rap, bro.
Why not? That's
Because I call you by your name because a lot of people don't, and I like to keep it original. Dog.
that's my professional name though.
That's your professional name?
Yeah.
Well,
Rat is my professional
fucking
name.
Rat sister. Big shout out because she makes that shit happen in the sense of like keeping it. Because I've heard some podcasts out there. I'm going to name names and shit. Shit sounds like
Are you shooting shots already?
water
dog?
and shit.
Come on, man. I can't handle beef in podcast world.
Nah, man.
He's 10 episodes.
He's 10 episodes. Oh, my boy, 10
10
episodes and you're fucking already
I
feeling
ain't
froggy,
figured it
huh?
out, bro.
Hey, bro, you know what? Nah, but this is something that we've stuck with the longest, I feel like, bro.
Honestly, it's been a minute. It feels like I've been doing it for 3 months and it's only been a month. Think about it. Like a month and a half, maybe.
No, it hasn't, bro.
It's been 3 months.
It's been 3 months
Really?
almost, dog. Yeah.
Oh, shit.
Oh, existing since 19 the 30s.
Existing since 19. The 30s.
Nah, but we appreciate everybody who's constantly watching. You know who you are. Big thank you to them. Big thank you to Boulevard Registration.
Yeah, for, you know, hosting us and all that stuff.
So graciously and giving us our first little fucking ad-lib sponsor and shit.
Yeah.
Spot to film. But yeah, we got a lot of a lot more interviews.
Yeah,
more people.
and things in the works that we're trying to work out. Like you said, like we're trying to work with the scheduling and all that stuff. You know, and the last thing we want to do is set a date and then, you know, not be able to fulfill it because, you know, one of our schedule falls off or even the other person, you know.
Exactly.
But yeah, that's what we're trying to do, and you know, we'll just keep doing it. Yeah, it's cool, you know what I mean? Like we're having fun. I think that's the best part about it.
I think it is, and it's not nothing that we haven't been doing before.
Honestly,
because
yeah.
we were every day I was kicking with this homie and we were bullshitting about certain things, and then he got me into watching some of these podcasts, and I was thinking about it too. It was crazy how organic it happened in the sense where he was like, dude, we should have a podcast. This was like, I already had the fucking name. I'm like, fuck it, let's do it. You know what I mean? And a lot of people are starting to do podcasts, which is fucking great. You know what I mean? But it's dope because I'll even listen to this shit. You know what I mean? Fucking laughing at our own bullshit that we talk about. You know what I mean? But yeah, a lot more that we have in the works, and I think we're gonna stick with it. I think it's going pretty good, and with all the hard work from the girl behind the table, the man who fucking
and Jesse
edits the
too.
shit,
He
and
fucking
Jesse who fucking adds
chimes
the
in.
ad lib, bro.
Chimes in every now and then.
Because it does help, dude. It does help because sometimes you go stagnant. And
Yeah.
This will come off
Fucking
with
with
a
some-
fucking tangent and be like, yeah, we'll fucking start rolling for 15 minutes on some shit.
The 1930s.
The 1930s.
The 1930s.
19 to 30.
Oh, 19 to 30s.
Yeah, that's what happened. All right, cool. So we'll end it at that.
We'll wrap it up.
Make sure you like and subscribe. Throw some comments out there. Light us up. Let us know what you think, and we'll see where this goes. And let's go, Kings. Hopefully we take this later.
Deuces.